So in this question, they want us to compare the burning of a kilogram of gasoline, which releases about 4.4 times 10 to the 7 joules of energy. And they want to compare this energy to the energy that would be released by the nuclear fission reaction of a kilogram of uranium-235 into barium-141 and krypton-92. So what we're going to do is, first thing we're going to do is I'm going to write the nuclear reaction. I'm going to write the fission reaction. And then that'll help me map out what the products are going to be. So let's take a minute and write that down here. So 235, and then the atomic number is 92 uranium, gets bombarded or hit with a neutron or absorbs a neutron. And as a result, it produces bromine here plus 9236 krypton. And then remember that in a fission reaction, it's going to release 3 neutrons. So we're going to put a coefficient of 3 in front here, and then the neutrons here. So 3 moles of neutrons, or 3 neutrons for every neutron observed. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to find the number of joules per atom released during the fission of uranium-235 into barium and krypton. And so to do that, ultimately, we're going to use this formula here, where it's going to be the mass deficit multiplied by the speed of light. And for our change in mass, it's going to be the mass of the products minus the total mass of the reactants, and then multiplied by the speed of light. So by products, we mean that we're going to add all of these masses together. And for reactants, we're going to add all of these masses together. So it would look like this: MBR plus MKR plus 3 times the mass of your, I'll just write lowercase n for neutrons. And then that is going to be subtracted by, well, the mass of uranium plus just the mass of your 1 neutron. Okay, and then all of that is going to be multiplied by the speed of light. So let's go ahead and plug those numbers in, but I'm going to show you first where we get these atomic masses. So just like in previous videos, we're going to use this table that has the atomic mass of selected isotopes. So we're going to use this mass for the krypton. We're going to use this mass for the uranium, and for the barium-141, here we go. And then, of course, we're going to use the standard mass for your neutron. Now, in order to get our energy in joules, we actually need to use the mass in kilograms. So what we're going to do is we're going to multiply by the atomic mass to our mass in kilograms constant, which is multiplied by 1.66 times 10 to the negative 27, and that's kilograms per atomic unit here. And when we do that, our mass in grams ends up being about 3.0881 times 10 to the negative 28 kilograms. And then in order to find how much energy that has released, we're going to multiply that by our speed of light squared. So now that I got this here, I'm going to write E, and then that's equal to 3.0 times 10 to the 8 meters per second squared. And when I plug that in to my calculator, this is going to give us about 2.779318 times 10 to the negative 11 joules per atom. So now that we know the amount of energy released per atom, well, we need to figure out how many atoms of uranium are there in 1 kilogram. So to do this, we're going to look at the atomic mass, which the atomic mass of uranium is 235.043930 atomic units, multiplied by the standard here mass. And this tells us that every atom of uranium weighs about 3.902 times 10 to the negative 25 kilograms. So this is I'm going to write just the mass of one atom. And if that's the mass of one atom, then the number of atoms, okay, is going to be equal to 1 kilogram over, right, 3.902 times 10 to the negative 25 kilograms. So how many 3.902 times 10 to the negative 25 kilograms can fit into 1 kilogram? And that'll tell us the number of atoms. Okay, so I'm just going to write that's mass per atom. Okay, and that gives us, when we plug it into our calculator, about 2.562134 times 10 to the 24 atoms. So now that we got the total number of atoms, and I'll do this in blue, if we know that it is that many joules per atom, then we can just go 2.779318 times 10 to the negative 11 joules per atom, multiplied by 2.562134 times 10 to the 24 atoms. That way our atomic units here, or atoms, cancel out. And then we end up with roughly about 7.10 times 10 to the 13 joules, and this would be per kilogram. Okay, so that's the nuclear reaction. So then the question's asking, and we go back to it here, well, how does that compare? Well, to compare it then, right, we could just go, well, 7.1 times 10 to the 13 joules per kilogram divided by 4.4 times 10 to the 7 joules per kilogram. And that's going to tell us how much more times, or how much more energy, right, in comparison to burning gasoline you'll get from the nuclear reaction. And what that means is that in this case, we get about 1.6 times 10 to the 6. This means you get 1.6 times 10 to the 6 times more energy from 1 kilogram of nuclear fusion than you do from 1 kilogram of a combustion reaction.